Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're looking at a project that's so much more than just concrete and steel. It's really about building a future, literally brick by brick, right from the ground up. So, the big question we're diving into is this. How do you take a friendship that's lasted 20 years and turn it into a permanent, physical home for an entire community? Let's find out. All right, so first things first, before we get into the nuts and bolts of the construction, let's get right to the heart of it. What's the blueprint here? What's the real why behind this whole thing? And boom, here it is. This really lays out the whole mission perfectly. See, this isn't just a church. It's designed to be a super stable base for outreach, and it's built on these three key pillars. First, you've got worship, which really centers the community. Then there's mission training to equip the next generation of leaders. And finally, social service and refuge, which is absolutely crucial for providing shelter when typhoons and floods hit. Okay, but here's what's really cool. This physical structure, it actually stands on a foundation that was laid long before a single shovel ever touched the ground. Yeah, this whole project didn't just pop up overnight. Not at all. It's the culmination of a 20-year friendship, a real legacy of support between Taiwan missions and the local community there in Balungao, Pangasinan. I love this quote. From a tent to a concrete chapel. It just says it all, doesn't it? For 2 decades, this journey was forged one tough step at a time. It started in a simple tent, and now, all that hard work is becoming something real, something permanent. Okay, so let's jump to the present day. Let's see how that long-held dream is actually turning into a physical reality right now. So after the official groundbreaking ceremony, the team really got to work. They started transforming this raw piece of land, and you can see it here. The first rebar, the first concrete pillars starting to rise from the ground. These are the very first signs of this sanctuary taking shape. And that brings us to a really critical point. As of right now, the project is officially 50% of the way through its first major phase. That is a huge milestone. But look, 50% isn't just a number on a page. It means the really tough foundational stuff is done. We're talking a laid concrete foundation, all the structural pillars are up, and they've even secured the steel roof. The core of this building is now solid and stable. And this is what I find absolutely incredible. The building isn't even finished, and it's already alive. The congregation is already using it for worship. They aren't waiting for the final walls or windows. They're gathering right now. It just goes to show you how much this space already means to them. So, with the foundation literally set in concrete, what's next? What's the game plan to get this thing to the finish line? Well, they're being really smart about it. The plan is broken down into what they call stepping stones. It's a phased approach, and it's designed to make this huge vision totally achievable. By tackling it piece by piece, they can make steady progress and keep things financially sustainable. So here's how it breaks down. Phase 1 is the anchor. That's the main focus right now, getting the Living Hope Christian Chapel up and running. Then down the road, you have Phase 2, the expansion. That's the bigger vision, adding things like dorms, classrooms, and a kitchen to create a whole campus. So what's the immediate hurdle? What's standing in the way of finishing Phase 1? Well, the main structure is there, but it still needs all the finishing touches. We're talking doors, windows, and all the interior work to make it a complete, usable space. And this right here, this is the goal. To take the blueprint and the current structure and turn it into this beautiful, finished chapel. A shared space for the whole community to finally come together. Okay, let's zoom out for a second. Let's pull back from the blueprints and the construction timelines and talk about the heart of the mission. Why does all of this really matter? Because it's not just one thing, you see. This whole compound is designed to be an ecosystem of impact. It's going to support missionaries, empower volunteers, train up new leaders, and, so importantly, provide those critical community services. And when you get right down to it, the whole project is really guided by a simple but incredibly powerful idea right from Acts 20:35. It is more blessed to give than to receive. That's the driving force behind all this hard work. So, what does it really take to build a legacy of hope? Well, it takes time, it takes friendship, and it takes a vision. This whole story shows us that sometimes the strongest foundations aren't made of concrete at all. They're forged, step by hard-fought step, over 20 years.